It's just my finances. Like, the budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdale's yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
Like,
You know, listen, I know how she feels. I know how she feels. Just the other day, I couldn't get filet mignon, guys.
What? No way.
I had to get New York steak strip. Oh no, please pray for me, guys.
Still don't care.
This is what you guys are seeing. Now, listen, I know people are going to say, Orlando, come on, man. Come on. This is a serious subject. She can't shop at Bloomingdale's anymore, and she has to go to H&M. This is serious. This is people's lives.
Shut the hell up.
Let me guess. You're just like her. You don't want a budget. You don't want a budget. You think that the money that you're bringing in now will last forever. You believe that not budgeting, not planning for your future expenses, vacations, buying a car, buying a house, that's not important because the money will always be there.
Why are you crazy?
Matter of fact, the more you don't budget, the more money you will have. Now listen, I know to my normal viewers, this sounds crazy. It does. But let me tell you the truth. A lot of people think this way.
Wait, what?
We're gonna jump into it because it's going to get worse before it gets better. My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, guys. Also, too, I have a newsletter. It is completely free. How can you beat free? Also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial properties or investment properties, I am your guy. I've been a lender for almost 20 years. I can assist you with that. That information is in the pinned comment and the description. Some of you may not know who the lady is in the clip. She is a quote-unquote influencer, and she did a podcast where she said that she was going broke and that she now has to budget to go from one luxury store to another luxury store. I know. It sounds crazy, right? Especially when most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. She really thought that this was going to create some type of sympathy for her situation. Well, the opposite happened. Listen, that's not a surprise. This is the internet, and the backlash was swift. People are like, what? You're literally saying that you are going broke because you have to shop at a, quote unquote, a lower tier of a luxury department store. Makes sense. See, here's the problem that I have. I, on this channel, say all the time that people need to budget, that you need to make sure that you're not living above your means.
Fact.
But people are people, and people will 100% will live beyond their means and then blame you. They will say, listen, you know, I'm not budgeting, but it's your fault because you're not supporting me enough.
Look, I'm not budgeting, but it's your fault because you didn't promote me on my job. Remember, manager, you told me that I was gonna make more money and I was a clean shot for that position?
And you've already spent the money before you even got the promotion. See, a lot of people love to complain, and they love to say, Orlando, let me tell you something. I'm broke. I don't have any money. And then I say, well, let's go ahead and take a look at your finances. Why is 95% of your income going to fast food? Why did you go on that trip to Cancun? Why did you finance a luxury car you knew you couldn't afford?
Why?
Why were you so concerned about monthly payments on said monthly car that you were willing to pay more for the total product than the monthly payments? You didn't care that they were going to charge you $200,000 for that car, but you just wanted $300 a month payments.
Come on, man!
The reason why you're living that way is because you can't afford it. But let me guess, you don't believe me. Let's continue.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well, if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
You're right. Something does have to give, and it's your expenses. No! See, no one wants to hear that. Instead, she said, listen, someone has to take care of your grandmother and take care of your sick ones. And since you want someone to take care of your family, of your loved ones when they're sick, because I went to school to become a nurse, it's your fault that I'm in debt. It's your fault that I can't budget and live within my means. That's what she said. She said, it's your fault.
Awkward. So awkward.
See, this is what I'm trying to explain to everyone. Maybe the word budgeting is too scary. How about we just say, you're planning not to go broke. Or we can say, you're planning for your financial future. Whichever way you want to go. You can go the negative route or you can go the positive route. Your choice. And then when you look at said person's expenses and their income, and you see that majority of their expenses are their choice. Why do you have Netflix in every subscription service known to man?
Yeah, I know, I heard that. That's corny.
Well, Orlando, I need to make sure that when that series comes out, I gotta be able to see it.
You took a vacation this year. Could you afford it? Well, I put it on my Chase card, and I know that they're charging me 19%.
You what?
And this is my problem, guys. This is my issue, is at the end of the day, the reason why you see videos like this, is a person did not budget. They don't have a emergency savings account. They're at the end of their rope. And now they're telling you, I can't do this anymore. Well, I understand why you can't do it. You just racked up 50, 60, 100K worth of credit card debt, and now it's too much.
Have y'all ever been down bad financially? That's me right now. And I'm telling my truth. I'm being vulnerable right now. And as much as I want to sit here and cry about it, it's not worth it because it's not going to solve the problem. So what I'm going to do is take this last little $100 that I have and put it in my bank account. The sad part is these subscriptions I had took a little bit of the money that I had for my, was it car note? Car note. So now the $100 that I'm putting in is going to go towards that. So I don't actually have $100. I probably have like 70, which I'm fine with. And I will make that stretch. I will find a way to make money with this little bit of money that I got. Okay? Trusting God, y'all. Trusting God. And if you have a job, keep it. I know it's stressful, but we live in hard times right now.
Did you just hear what she said? Listen, I don't make the video. These are people speaking their truth. You don't shoot the messenger. She said herself, listen, I would have more money, but the way my subscriptions just come out of my account. Like she didn't know. Did you forget that you signed up for it? Do you not see this coming out of your account every month? But you know the reason why she didn't realize or didn't know? She doesn't budget.
Be how the f you know this? How? Hold on, bro. How?
What if I told you you could live a comfortable life if you budget? You don't have to be a millionaire or a billionaire to do said thing. Really? I know someone in the back's gonna say, Orlando, all of my money goes towards my exact bills and there's no discretionary in there. Well, that's not how most people work. Most people will tell you that, but then when you break down the bills, you'd be like, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, McDonald's. Oh, look at here. You went ATV in. Parasailing. Where's this from? Well, Orlando, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm not going to stop my life for not having enough money. Well, let's go to Orlando University. Guys, listen, we're gonna do a pop quiz here. If you overspend and live a life beyond your means, who's gonna suffer? Now, I'm gonna make this really clear. You and your family are Jeremy and his family. You and your family are Jeremy and his family. I'll wait. You're right. Listen. You and your family. No one cares. Let me say this again. No one cares that you are living paycheck to paycheck. And if you think people care, keep coming to Orlando University. But we can't continue this video without hearing what the naysayers got to say. These are individuals who are saying, listen, I don't care how much budgeting you do. You cannot budget your way out of poverty. I'm broke and I'm poor, so who cares? I'm gonna do whatever I want. But don't you dare say that the reason why I'm in the position I'm in is because I'm not budgeting.
I dropped my coffee on the carpet and haven't cleaned it up yet, so I'm feeling some kind of way, so I'm a yap for a second. If I see one more video show up on my For You page on Instagram, on TikTok, of some palm-colored person, dark-colored person, light-colored person, it don't even matter what color you are talking about. Remember, with the recession happening, this is how we're going to save money and survive. You're going to cut your discretionary spending. You're going to blah, 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 blah. You do not budget your way out of poverty. Shut up. Some of us ain't got no discretionary spending to cut. So I'm just not going to buy my mama's dementia medicines and psychosis. Like, shut up. Shut up. Don't clean up your room.
I would say that's not discretionary spending. Medicine. I'm just saying. Listen, she's pointing the finger. But again, this is the reason why Orlando University is so important. She needs to go financing one-on-one. Take my class. It's the mirror class, guys. You're in a mirror and you're reading out all of your late payments, your invoices, your income. You need to say it in the mirror, and I need you to point at the mirror and see exactly who's at fault. A lot of times people will come onto social media and they will say things like, listen, you can't budget your way out of poverty. You can't, listen, I get it. Listen, I understand. You're saying that if you're only making $20,000 a year, how can you make more money when all of your money is going towards said rent, said insurance, said car note, said food? I get it. Utilities. I understand. But let me explain this very clearly. Very clearly. Just because you budget doesn't mean you stand still.
Go on.
Does that mean just because you budget, you don't try to find another job? Or you don't try to bring in more income? Budgeting is planning. I'm gonna say it as clear as I possibly can. Financial freedom that everybody wants, you have to sacrifice. Huh? And if you're not willing to sacrifice, it's not for you. Let's break down financial freedom. Financial, we all know what that portion is, money, and then freedom, your time. Now, can this happen with any dollar amount? Yes, it possibly can. You don't need $1 million to be financially free, but this is what you do need. This is what you do need to be financially free. A budget. You need to control your expenses. You need to know how much money you're bringing in. You need to get rid of debt.
Write it down and keep it for future reference.
Let's just do a little experiment here. You make $4,000 a month. And let's just say out of all of that money that you have, 2,500 of it or 3,500 of that goes to pay all of your necessities. That includes rent, that includes food, that includes everything that you need. That means you have how much money left over? Let's just say $1,500. But you have no debt. Let's hope that your car is paid off. Even if it isn't, it's in the $3,500. But that $1,500 that you have left over, you can put that into your emergency savings account.
Now that's a bright idea.
You can possibly go do something for yourself. But if you have Netflix, Hulu, you're going on Cancun, you have $50,000 worth of credit card debt, the $1,500 that's supposedly left over, it's gone.
Stop it. Get some help.
The point I'm trying to make, because I know someone's going to break this apart. The point that I'm trying to make, if you get rid of your debt, if you live within your means, This is proven. This is proven, guys. This isn't some magical thing that I'm just popping out or some new way of doing things. Budgeting has been around before I was even born.
It just sucks because, like, in order to be financially secure, it feels like you have to give up what makes life worth living to survive, i.e. being financially secure. But it's just like, then what am I living for if I have to give up what I enjoy to survive? It's like a loop that just keeps looping around, and it's like, this arguably would be one of the worst times to take the risk, quit the job, pursue creating, pursue being happy. However, it might be one of the most important times to do so, because being happy in these conditions is honestly a form of resistance, like choosing what makes you happy over, I don't know, but then it's hard because it's like you can't be happy if you are starving. Like, that's the other part of it. It's like, how can I pursue happiness if I don't have a roof over my head? Like, you need food, water, and shelter to survive, and you need to at least have your survival needs met to be able to thrive. However, if getting your survival needs compromises the thriving energy, it's just like, ah! Long story short, I just don't know what to do, and I don't know what to prioritize.
See, this is another aspect that I would love to comment on. What is your survival list? Is your needs and wants something that aren't needs and wants? Listen, I can almost promise you this. Guys. The needs and wants and the survivalness that some of these individuals are talking about, they don't involve cooking from home. They don't involve going to the grocery store or taking your lunches instead of going to Chick-fil-A. They don't involve that. That's what they're calling. This is what individuals are saying to themselves I'm starving. I'm starving. They don't realize true starvation.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
This is the problem. You not being able to go to Chick-fil-A, that's starving. I'm living just to pay bills. This is what we're hearing from individuals.
Don't be a fool.
And some individuals are reading this and go, they're so right. It's my right to take that trip to Jamaica. I wanted to take a cruise and I couldn't do it because my job isn't paying me enough.
Shanice.
Yeah?
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa. Shut it, please.
I think individuals need to understand. Do you know what homelessness is? Do you know what being homeless is? You don't have a home. Make it make sense to me. You're complaining about $80,000, $100,000 salary, and you saying you can't make that work. Someone put in the comment section and let me know why $80,000 to $100,000 isn't working. And then you heard the other lady. She says she's working 2 other jobs, and it's still not working. Sounds like a budgeting issue to me. It sounds like you're living like the first lady in the first clip, B. Simone. Like you're living like her, where you're saying, oh, I guess I won't go to Jamaica this year. I'll just go to Cancun.
That's a great idea. I'm with that.
I don't even know what to say. I hate this feeling. The feeling of not having any money. It's almost like a helpless feeling. I know everybody says to pray, to talk to God. Your time will come, but it's so hard to stay positive, trying to stay hopeful, but it's so hard. Why do we have to go through this? We bought our kids Christmas gifts. We were basically left broke. I don't regret buying them Christmas gifts, but I can't help but to feel angry. Comes to show that as parents, we always find a way to make it happen. But it's like drowning and not being able to breathe. And then we have to go on and pretend like everything is okay. We have to pretend to be strong for our kids.
What? Listen, it's a self-inflicted wound. Let me just say this. She should have regretted buying those Christmas gifts. She couldn't afford it. It's really that simple. Do you guys hear what she just said? She just said, we were broke. We had no money, but we still bought our kids Christmas presents, even though we knew we couldn't afford it, and now we're broke again. Let me make this make sense. You're telling me that you said, we're 2 months behind on rent. We don't have the money, but we're gonna get Timmy his bike. Because Timmy is gonna be so appreciative. Timmy's gonna look back at this and go, my parents, they didn't have any money. and they still got presents.
That's stupid.
Even though they were behind on bills, even though that they could have took that money and used it for necessities. And some of you guys are be like, yep, that's what you got to do. Yep. Because this is teaching our kids that you got to do whatever you got to do to get material things for your kids that they don't care about. Let me explain this to you guys. Kids, you buy them the gift, they don't care after a certain amount of time.
No offense, but I really don't care.
You know what they do care about? Living in a warm or AC conditioned home rather than being outside and being homeless. Anyway, guys, at the end of the day, we all know that this economy is going to get worse before it gets better. We all know that things currently are bad. So if you are not budgeting and if you are not saving, if you are not trying to take care of you and your family, put your family in the best position that you possibly can, I don't know, I can't help you. If you're going to choose a corporation, you're going to pocket watch someone else's pockets, but not take care of your own, not take care of you and your family. You're going to say, I don't really care about myself. I'm not going to pay attention to any of my finances. I'm going to run up credit, debt, and everything up to the highest it possibly can. I don't care about my credit. If that's you, cool. Just don't complain about it. If you want to do better, especially finance-wise, you have to pay attention, guys. Anyway, hopefully you got value out of this content. If you love content like this, please join the Patreon, guys. I do exclusive content over there. You will love it. And as always, you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.